Welcome to the Trade to Real podcast. I'm your host, Trey. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my podcast. I greatly appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps with the YouTube channel. Let's talk about it. Don't let any outside forces ruin your relationship. Don't believe the hype. If you are in a good relationship with your partner, do not take them for granted. I get it. We're in a time where we feel like we can always do better. We're comparing our relationships to other relationships. But I'm telling you, the grass is not greener on the other side. Don't mess up a good thing because you think you can do better. If you're in a relationship and this partner if your partner is giving you no issues, there ain't no cheating, no violence, you guys are compatible, you guys have a connection, you guys are best friends, why would you screw that up? Don't mess up a good thing. We have a lot of women today who are in happy relationships, but they're letting these outside influences tell them that they can do better. You're in a relationship with your guy, he makes you happy, he makes decent money, but your girlfriends are in your ear telling you he doesn't make enough. You can do better. Why are you with him? You can listen to them if you want to, but you may end up being single for the rest of your life. Unless you settle for somebody because you don't want to be alone. It is so hard to find a good connection. The universe doesn't work like that, where you're able to meet good guy after good guy. If that was the case, there wouldn't be no dating apps. People wouldn't be flooding dating apps like they are now because they're trying to find this connection. They're trying to find the perfect partner, but there's no such thing as a perfect partner. They just have to be perfect for you. Stop comparing your relationships to other relationships you see on Instagram. The internet is not real. You may see all these couples traveling all the time, but you don't know some of these couples come from money. They got daddy and mommy's money paying for everything. Some of these people are using credit cards just to travel. Some of these people are just traveling broke. Do not compare your relationship to what you see on the internet. The internet's not real. Don't mess up a good thing. If you're in a good relationship, do what you can to make it work. If you've been with this person for 5 years, don't give up on the relationship. You put in all this time into the relationship, you're just going to throw in the towel? We got to get out of this mindset when things get tough, we just want to throw in the towel because we feel like we can do better. Relationships don't last anymore because nobody wants to do the work. There was a time when people were married for over 30, 40 years. But in our generation, I don't see that happening. Because nobody wants to do the work. You have a whole bunch of women who think they can do better. You have a woman who's probably in a relationship right now. She makes a high 6 figures. Her dude probably makes 70, 80K. But he has no debt. He has no kids out of wedlock. He's physically fit. He's a good looking dude. He's doing the best he can with what he got and he's striving to make more. But because she makes a high 6 figures, she feels like he's not doing enough, and she feels like I can find someone who matches my income. Or more. So she's gonna probably break up with that dude real soon, and she's gonna regret that. When a man is single, he's able to get so much done in his life when he cuts out all the distractions. So her breaking up with that dude is gonna probably be a blessing for him. He's going to cut out all women in his life and just focus on stacking his money and growing. And then when he gets to that point where he's making a lot of money and he's just focused on himself, he's probably going to realize that most women don't bring any value to a man's life. Some men think that. When they got it out of the mud by themselves, that's why women don't realize. That's why successful men with money, they don't need to stay faithful to you. What's the point? Because you're not going to go anywhere because I'm making all the money. The reason you're with me is because I have this money, right? So why would I stay faithful to you when I got all these options? I can cheat on you. You ain't going to go nowhere. You really feel like dating all over again? I'm the best option you got. That's how some men feel when they're making money like that. In reality, they don't really need, if they got it out the mud because it's lonely at the top. If they got out the mud and they became successful all on their own, what value does a woman bring to him? Some men think like that. But I'm telling you, man, if you're in a good relationship, don't take that relationship for granted. Never stop trying. And for the fellas out there, if you're in a relationship, man, never get too comfortable. Learn from my mistakes. There's a time I got too comfortable and I just stopped trying. Never stop trying. If you're always romantic in the relationship, continue to do that. Relationships are work. If you guys feel bored in the relationship, do something to spice it up. Be creative, but never stop trying because it's so hard to find a connection nowadays. You guys can break up and you guys may break up, right? But it's going to be so hard to find somebody you're compatible with. So many people ignore red flags and decide just to settle and throw in the towel and be like, I'm just going to settle with this person because I don't want to be alone. Don't do that. Don't do that. Life is too short. But if you're in a good relationship, do not take it for granted. Do what you can to make it work. Please don't let any outside influences come into your relationship. Defend your relationship. If you're a woman and you got girlfriends in your ear and they're just, they are bad influences. You got girlfriends who've been single all their life. You got girlfriends who ain't never been able to keep a man, but they're trying to give you relationship advice. You got a girlfriend right now who's with a dude who's controlling as hell. She does whatever he tells her to do. This dude is controlling. He don't let her do nothing. She's in a bad relationship. But because he's making some money and she don't got to do much, she's just going to deal with it. Don't let her give you advice on the relationship. She's retarded. She's lowering herself due to this dude having money. Is she trying to give you relationship advice? You probably got a girlfriend, and I'm talking to the females here. You probably got a girlfriend who every time she starts dating, she cheats on her dude. She's always complaining about her dude. She always feels like she can do better. Or she's in a situation where every time she gets cheated on, she keeps on taking these dudes back. She has no self-worth. Don't take relationship advice from that woman. Do not. You may see your girlfriend and she's living the single life. She's telling you how much fun it is to be having all these sexual partners and doing all this freaky stuff and you feel left out. Don't let that woman influence you. Stay in your relationship. Do what you can to make it work. Never stop trying. But do not let any outside influences come into your relationship. Do not let any outside forces ruin your relationship. Don't let anybody break you guys apart. You guys are a team. Your partner is your best friend. That's someone who's going to be with you forever, not your girlfriends, because friendships don't last that long. A lot of people grow apart. You got a girlfriend right now who every time she gets into a relationship, she kicks you to the curb. She only hits you up when the person cheats or they doing something crazy, but she don't really check up on you. And you gonna take relationship advice from her? So don't do it. If you got a good relationship, do what you can to make it work. There ain't nothing out in these streets. You break up with this partner, you're going to be back in the dating streets, meeting people who are not healed from their past relationships, people who are in debt, people who are looking to just get into a relationship to split bills. They need help. If you are child free, if you are in your 30s, that's for both men and women. If you are child free, you don't got no kids, you're going to be meeting a lot of people who got kids. Do you really feel like being a step parent right now? That may be your fate. You may fall for a dude and he got kids and you got to be a step parent. Or you may fall for a woman, she got kids, you maybe have to be a step parent to that. I'm not trying to say there's nothing wrong with that, but when you hit your 30s and you've done the work on yourself, it's going to really be hard to really find a good connection and find somebody you're compatible with because you've done the work on yourself. Dating does not get easier as you get older. That's not the reality. And you can clearly see just from TikTok, YouTube, you got a woman complaining every single day on TikTok about how bad the dating scene is, how she can't find her person, how she can't find her match. You see this all the time, all these women talking about, I got beautiful girlfriends and they still can't find the one. Your standards are probably too high. As you get older, you're not going to have the same leverage as you had when you were in your 20s at your prime years. A woman had the nerve to say, a woman's prime is 40 years old. Where the hell did she get that from? You have women believing this. My prime years as a woman is at 40. If that was the case, why do you see all these successful old dudes with hot younger women? You got successful old dudes who know that these old women want them for the money. They feel like if I'm going to have to pay, I'm just going to pay for a hot young woman. She's with me the same reason this old woman wants me. And in your prime years, okay, if a woman's in her prime at 40, right? Any dude who meets her who's younger, he's only going to be using her for money. That's sugar mama status right there. So if you're in a relationship, do not screw it up. Do what you can to make it work. Ain't nothing in these streets. The dating pool is filled with piss. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my podcast. I greatly appreciate it. Peace.